this with the leadership of the country, the Prime Minister of Pakistan. Thank you very much, Mr. Shehbaz Sharif, for giving us the opportunity. Mr. Prime Minister, I want to ask you, with reference to the term that you've led, it has been very unique, and there have been many tough decisions that you've had to take. I want to know two things. As a leader, how did you take your team along to support these difficult decisions, many of which were against political interests, like you've mentioned before? And secondly, as a Prime Minister of the country, is there anything that this term has taught you that perhaps that you didn't know before about running the country?
Yeah, thank you very much. I think this has been my stint, which was filled with challenges which I had never come across in my lifetime, never. Challenges of sorts, inflation, economy, floods, devastating floods. Then, of course, our exports, our foreign relations, all these areas were brutally damaged by the previous government. And it was an uphill task, first to grasp and understand the depth of these problems, and then repair and recover from these very serious blows committed by the previous government to the state of Pakistan. And then, above all, I had to carry a coalition government of 13 parties, their strength ranging from a party of 84 members to a party of 1 member. And I have to, admit that I was never cut for this job to carry coalition. I am a person who believes in brick and mortar, serving the people with freedom of action. But since I was elected by these 13 parties, I took this responsibility upon myself that I'll have to show to the world that yes, under difficult and trying circumstances, then you have a coalition government, then you must take them along, listen to them, respect them, try to resolve issues, have deeper consultation. And I think this is a lesson I have learned, that when the going is tough, the tough gets tougher.
Absolutely. Are you confident you did your best?
Well, I'm satisfied that by the grace of God, we are leaving, at a point where things have started improving. That is by itself a great sense of satisfaction.
You are right, the challenges were humongous, and we have seen the kind of challenges your government faced. But in the face of adversity, we saw you showing remarkable leadership as well. For example, standby arrangement with IMF, that was some humongous surprise. Similarly, Geneva speech and your lobbying there. And finally, SIFC also. But all these challenges and their answers actually demand that there is consistent follow-up on every commitment that was made. Now that you're leaving, how confident are you that we will complete the SBA, and we will also be able to do something, SBA, standby arrangements commitments, and SIFC also, we will be able to do it, this country will be able to do it.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. Nothing succeeds like success. And for that, you have to have a plan, a vision, and then implement it in letter and spirit. Words, speeches, stanzas can only try to encourage you, but it can only deliver results through hard work and untiring efforts. The recent example is obviously IMF deal, We never lost hope, and hoping against hope. We worked very hard in a united fashion, and God willing, we achieved it. Something which was at one point in time I thought is well nigh impossible.
You did it on the last day.
But exactly.
Yeah.
Two, SIFC is a program, a strategy, a mechanism. I have full faith that if we are able to implement it through the approach of whole of the government, that means federal government, provincial governments, establishment, bureaucracy, political leadership, experts, professionals, and then put our whole effort into it through sincerity of purpose, believe me, we will turn around our economy in the next few years. But again, as I said, it requires leadership by example, it requires untiring efforts, sacrifice, sweat and blood. Without this, we'll not achieve anything. And I have no doubts that this time it will happen.
Right. Regarding turning around the economy, I wanted to actually talk about the geoeconomics, age of geoeconomics, right? At this moment, we are talking about connectivity and working with the region. Recently, you made a statement regarding India also, that Pakistan will be ready to reciprocate any peace gesture. Now, the question is that we have been hearing this repeatedly coming from our side. Do you think that India at any point will be ready to reciprocate this gesture?
Let history decide that we always, approached, on these issues. Our approach was based on sincerity and the fact that this part of the world can always live in peace if we resolve our issues and move forward. That is my belief and article of faith with me. But it takes two to tango. If India doesn't respond positively, then so be it. We have tried our best, we'll continue doing this, but history will judge for itself who was right and who was wrong.
But if India doesn't reciprocate, we cannot wish away our neighbor.
No,
so do we have a plan B?
We will not dither, we will not waste our time, and we'll follow our direction.
Thank you very much, Prime Minister, for your precious time, and thank you very much for your views. Viewers, you have listened to the Prime Minister's interview. Of course, while this government's term comes to an end, the journey of democracy will continue, and we will keep on bringing you latest news and views as they happen. Thank you very much for watching. Take care.